We're here in Broadbeach waters in Queensland at the wonderful Verve Restaurant, Cafe and Bar, and joining us is Philip Edward, who is the head chef. Philip, you've had a very impressive history. You've worked with Jacques Raymond, and of course you've worked at Palazzo Versace and Moo Moo's, and just to name a couple. And now you're here
Luckily,
at Verve.
yes.
Yeah. Tell us, from your experience, what have you brought to the menu that's perhaps a point of difference?
We've probably brought a few different ingredients in that I've used down south, and just a few different cooking styles maybe that people on the coast and that haven't seen before, so just opening their eyes to a few new things.
That's wonderful. And you've prepared some incredible dishes for us today, but we might actually start with dessert, which I tend to do quite often actually.
One of our new desserts that only just come on the menu, cookies and cream, is chocolate and macaroon sandwich with an Oreo mousse, and the little glass with our buttermilk ice cream crusted with freeze-dried raspberries.
And let's move on to the mains. These look wonderful as well.
Probably start with a pheasant. It's been cooked two ways. The legs been slow braised in the oven, or slow roasted in the oven, rolled in a cigar and a little brick pastry, so a little crispy cigar. Breast is roasted on the bone, just nice and moist, medium rare, and a little Madeira and chestnut jus with it. Probably our most popular main course be our rack of pork. Again, slow roasted, just to crisp up the crackle on the front of the pork.
And then we've got the entree.
Using Japanese technique with a blowtorch, so it's not cooked in the pan or the oven or anything, just seared with a blowtorch, fresh scallops and Wagyu beef.
And then we've got this starter plate.
Our Spanish selection, yes. Popular with our larger tables, and tables of two as well. All nice Spanish smoked meats and pickles, and a little toasted sourdough with it.
Joining us at the bar is Shelley, who is the owner of Verve Restaurant, Cafe and Bar. Shelley, you've got such an extensive wine list. Tell us about some of your most popular drops.
I was very lucky to be in Paris last year, and I found this amazing rosé champagne called Bruno Paillard. It took me ages to source it, but I think we've got that the last 6 bottles in Australia, so
wow.
Very proud to have that on the list. We've got the Yarra Yearing #1. It's an 04 vintage. At the moment, we're about the only people on the coast to have that as well, an iconic wine. But we also have wonderful entry-level wines, as they call it. We've got 30 wines by the glass, I think, just about.
And tell us about your half bottle of wine, the concept behind that. I think this is great.
Well, I like to start my dinner with a lovely glass of champagne, and maybe a white, a Riesling or a Semillon, but usually with the mains I want to have a red. And sometimes the person I'm dining with, then it's not appropriate for them to have red wine, they're having seafood or they're not into it or whatever. But I don't want to be limited so much by the wines by the glass option. So we've been lucky to be able to source some amazing half bottles with great vintages. So you can indulge and have amazing wine at a very approachable price, and you don't have to compromise just because you're the only one having the red at the table at the time.
That's exactly right. No, it's perfect.
Thank you.
And tell us about your cheese menu as well. You've got cheeses from all over the world.
Yes, that's right. When I started the business, I really wanted to have a point of difference. And so we have a blackboard cheese menu. So the idea is you can mix up your cheese platter how you want.
And what do we have here, Shelley?
Rachel is pouring us a beautiful dessert wine, which I think will go perfectly with this cheese platter.
Wonderful. Well, cheers to that.
Cheers, mate.